I'm making a reaction video to Tucker Carlson again. I just saw, and him and Marjorie Taylor Greene. I pay attention to Marjorie Taylor Greene. She really does some good things, but there's just a couple things I've had an issue with. I think she doesn't push for real welfare for her people of Georgia or for our whole United States enough. I think, like I've been saying for years, if they would have just given some of the tax money back to the poorest of the poor, we know that crime would have went right down to nothing in a lot of cases. We know that, stress and poverty and all kinds of chaos and just health feelings would have went down. People would have probably lived better and healthier and had the basic human rights they deserve. So a lot of places in Georgia, there's really nowhere to work. It's like a lot of Georgia is very, very rural. There's a lot of really small towns up in the mountains and everything. Just saying, you gotta think about everybody. Would you give a cat food and water if you had it around you? What do people deserve? Think about it. There's a certain standard of living. They say the cost of living is over $1,000 a month, but it's much more, and especially in certain counties. And where I'm at in Pennsylvania is definitely much more in Bucks County. And nothing ever adds up. So that's how they've obviously been trying to push us into poverty and destitution and fatigue and stress and hurt us by not letting us spend enough time with our families. Yeah, single mothers with 3 jobs. Oh, that's normal. That's feminism, ladies. You wanna not be married and have 3 jobs and put your kid in our SRA daycares. Oh yeah. You see, that's exactly how evil they are and what they've really been pushing. Yeah, they'll turn your kids out for you. You go to work for the fake capitalist, international, neo-Babylonian, Satan bullshit beast system they had going. But God's tearing it down and ripping it apart. Praise the Lord. Beast system down. He says you can command it down too. Look up and command it down. So I do this pretty often, and I advise anybody else to. Now, I wish he would kill all these fucking scumbags, but he said if I do it too quick, then you'll be overrun with wild animals everywhere. So he has a pace at which he kills all these fucking scumbags. Back to Tucker. What I wanted to address is you said, why is it, to Marjorie Taylor Greene, your guys' conversation, why is it that Jesus wants to blow up more people and bomb more people and firebomb? And I posted a comment, and I'm gonna say it because I love the Lord so much, and this came to me in Revelation I had in 2014 before I even read it, and later I read it, and I said, that's what that was. What would I wish? To tell you the truth, I came to throw fire at the earth, and what would I wish? It were already ablaze. Other translations might say, throw fire at the earth, to tell the truth, I came to light the world on fire. Or throw fire at the earth, and I say, already lit, I wish it were already ablaze, or I wish it were already kindled. Like you make the little kindling, and you say, here, we're ready to start the fire. Now, he also says, who can light this fire? Yeah, there's another time he says, hey, to tell you the truth, he said, they don't know this, but I came to divide. In and of himself, he says, I don't divide. Yeah, I'm not a divider. I'm a good person. I'm not going around raping all your kids and poisoning you guys with witchcraft and all kinds of lies and nonsense and doing SRA everywhere and playing these little establishment regime games or Bohemian Grove nonsense, Neo-Babylon bullshit. But he says, I don't divide, but when I do, it's perfect. It's like I don't judge, but when I do, it's like, there's certain shit. It's like, Tucker's, I wonder, oh, why would you want to do this? Because we don't all want to sit here with us and our future children and our families and bend over and take it up the ass while you guys want to make a science experiment out of us. These are the same people that have been putting devices into little kittens' brains and killing them in a serial fashion in all the colleges. These are real serial killers. They're through the sciences. They're through virology, they're through pharma, they're in MIT, they've been in Harvard, some of them are frauds, like Epstein didn't even have a degree, but he worked there. Biden was getting paid from UPenn. These are hooly-hoo scumbags. What we need to do is stop fraud stamps, stop the DMV and Costco from selling fake IDs everywhere. Yeah, that's really what's been going on. That's just little parts of the whole thing, the whole picture. Okay? But, yeah. Division. Division happens because Jesus separates the scumbags on the left from the good people on the right. Every evil tree must be burned. It's again, it's in, the final judgment, right? From the olives, what is it, the Mount of Olives. If you see me looking over there, it's because I'm looking at the picture of Jesus. Oh God, is it? But the Mount of Olives, he says, a tree is known by its fruit. And your fruit is like characteristics about you, and it's obvious in your behavior if you watch somebody for more than a season. A tree is known by its fruit. A good tree bears good fruit. An evil tree bears evil fruit. All evil trees must be burned. It's the work of the angels of God. It's called a harvest, the harvest system. It's harvest time. It's harvest time. That's why, Tucker, because it's harvest time.